Benjamin, a lot of people in this country are very worried about high debt levels. Debt seems to be growing and growing and growing. But you found some statistics that suggest that borrowing growth is starting to flatten out. Tell me about them.
Exactly. The level of debt is relatively high, and that's the focus. But if you look at the trend is slowing. In fact, household debt is now rising at the slowest rate in a decade, and consumer debt is rising at the slowest rate in 20 years. You know, if you look at the credit cards, they're actually down. So clearly, things are starting to slow down.
All right, so the pace of growth is going down, which suggests that our appetite for borrowing is starting to cool out a little bit. But what about the idea of people actually borrowing less? That, in fact, the amount of borrowing is going down. We have a negative rate of growth in borrowing. Is that possible?
I think no, in the short term, because in order to get a negative growth, namely declining debt, you need a shock. Like in the US, you need a recession, and we are not going to have this kind of situation.
So in other words, people only slow growth when they've been bludgeoned by some catastrophic economic event then?
Exactly what happened in the US. I don't see it happening in Canada. It will slow down, but it will not go negative.
In closing, I wonder if you could sort of tell me like the different kinds of debt, how they're tracking. Like for instance, credit cards, is the rate really slowed a lot on that?
Actually, it's negative. Credit card outstanding is actually going down for the first time in 20 years. So it is slowing down. The only thing that is really moving is auto loans, and that's because of the fact that actually, dealerships are paying you to basically buy.
And also, we have a lot of old cars in the country.
Exactly, and it's time to replace them. So this is actually a normal situation. The rest are slowing down.
All right, a little good economic news for a change. Thanks, Benjamin.
Thank you.